Mastermind with Master from Golden Eagle Taekwondo. Today I want to just talk about a little bit what I learned long time ago from one of my masters there who trained me. He showed me this. Aaron, whenever you are about to fight with somebody, I'm talking about different time, different country. We used to have a lot of fist fight among boys, and after fight, next day we are the best friends becomes because we went through a tough experience together, and then next day is best friend. But it was different time. It's different nowadays, of course. We cannot hit anybody. But there are bullies, so certainly. And one of the lessons that I learned from that master, it was this. He said, how you make your fist? I say, like you teach me, make tight, and thumbs always in right place because this can be break very easy. This is how you teach me. And lining up everything, one line, straight line. He said, but do you realize you have all different size of finger? I say, yes sir, like everybody else. This finger is shorter than this one, this is tallest one, and then this is the next one, third one, and fourth one, and this is the smallest one. And he said, but do you even realize when you are about to making your war style happening, when you are making your fist tight because you are preparing yourself, do you realize it's lining up all together in one line and there is no longer, no shorter? When you have to make your fist, naturally your fingers is making straight line. And I said, how is possible? It's all different line, different finger tall. And when I am ready to making my fist, you're right. This is lining up just one straight line. And he said, well, you know what that means? That means no matter who you face, no matter how tall or how small, you are going to consider that person has his own weapon in the sense of he know how to fight you, even he is smaller than you, or even he is taller than you. Doesn't matter who they look like, they can be your worst nightmare how to face your enemy when you are down to fight with the person. So I learned that lesson. Before you are making your fist, never underestimate anybody. Before you are making your fist, you have to go through some lesson. I learned from same master. He said, before you fight, you are going to be kind and you are going to let them give opportunity to walk away from you. And actually you are walking away from him before fight. And it goes like this. Always be kind. Always be kind second time. If somebody come again and start bothering you, be kind one more time. Normally, 3 strike is time to my turn. But just in case, give one more chance. So be kind once again. And if 5th time is coming towards to you and still bothering you, and you are going to take your action. This is fist. I'm not trying to tell you you have to fight. There are some times that you have to understand you cannot avoid some fights. Some bullies comes physically assault you and you don't have no choice than defending you. So what I normally think inside of my mind always, or if I have my hands free, I'm always, my brain goes naturally, I'm counting. I'm counting. Doesn't matter, it's just small talk. I'm not talking about hitting somebody. I'm talking about this is my turn to be kind. I'm going to be kind. What I do is I remember my youngest daughter. I remember my son. I remember my oldest daughter. I remember my wife. This is my patience. But down to me, I'm not very nice person. So I am going to be myself. And this time I'm not going to let you manipulate me or whatever you are doing. Any situation, doesn't matter what. It is important if you are going to that down path all the way to the bottom line, what is the next thing that you need to think about? Do I have skill to defend myself? Do I have skill to deal with that person, even verbally or reasoning, asking for forgiveness, or whatever that is? Somebody owe you money, you are negotiating in your business, anything that you are dealing with people, you need to have power. I remember in Spain, when I grew up, one of my friends, his name is Lalo, his best friend used to work in hotel. I remember one night we just visiting together, and he was telling me, you know what? Do you remember the guy who used to work with me? Sure, I remember. He said, he was the nicest guy. He have that thick eyeglasses, reading glasses kind of very thick glasses that he's wearing. And he's just very kind, always smiling, very gentle. But he said, one day, I always thought that he is the most kind guy in the room, nicest guy in the room. And one day, one of clients that were walking on the street, running inside, she was chased by a couple men and trying to steal. And he suddenly almost felt like he was flying out of the front desk, boom, and he ran. And what just happened? And they followed him. And when he went outside, he beat them up with taekwondo kicking. I remember exactly. So he knew that I trained taekwondo, and he was just pointing out. And happened to be his black belt and he very high skill taekwondo martial artist. And he beat them up. But the way that he beat them up, he was describing is like kind of like Bruce Lee movie. So nobody expect him to do that kind of move. And he said, you know, I thought that he's the nice guy in the room, and happened to be he's the most dangerous man in the room. You know, he has somebody who have a skill how to defend themselves or protect others, and not necessarily they are always showing who they are. I think that's real strength. If you have that true confidence inside of your heart, you don't need to show up. You don't need to tell them who you are. You don't need to be recognized. You don't need to put yourself, I'm a black belt, or I have this skill and this skill, these skills. I think the true men who have confidence, true girl who have confidence, they don't need to be recognized. They are who they are. That's it. Period. They don't need to show off. Remember this. Be kind, be kind, be kind, and be one more time, give last chance. But if the person persists bullying you, now it's time to take some actions. This is what representing is this. Talk to the person, stop. Talk to your mom and dad, talk to your teacher. If it's not working, none of those still happening, talk to your principal. But it's down to the person is keep coming back to you, is bully, is trying to hurt you. You need to know how to defend yourself. And you are going to make right. You have to have all those things. The most important thing that you need to know, not necessarily sometimes you do the right thing. That doesn't mean you are going to be free from everything. You have consequences. If you hit somebody because hit you, you're trying to defend, that's what we call self-defense. But not always self-defense works. Violence is not good. Doesn't matter what was the reason. We cannot settle anything with violence nice way. You have to defend yourself. I support that. And I am always prepare myself to defend if somebody messing with my family especially. I'm not going to just stay behind. But there will be always consequences. That's something that you cannot avoid. All our action, all our choices is ours. But the consequences, based on what I did, is something that I need to pay. So if you understand the principle right, you know what to do, what not to do. It's very important. What is the bottom line? We all individually have to prepare yourself. What is your decision? What kind of bottom line you're gonna have? How far you willing to go? Are you going to just sacrifice yourself or let others to invite your safe zone or your guideline? Or you are going to defend yourself and you are going to make your flag in front of you and let them know, don't cross this line. It's all up to you. So it is important for us to always prepare ourselves. If you're not prepared, when sudden disaster comes, panic comes. Person who trained, person who thought about it, person who have planned, person who have all those plan A, B, C, and they can take actions. And they are not going to be panic. Instead, they are going to take their own principles based and taking actions. It's very important for you to have those things lined up correctly. Be prepared. We all have car insurance because we prepare ourselves the worst case scenario. And we all have to prepare ourselves for everything else as well. Have a good weekend.